I've got about 10 minutes until my girlfriend needs her desk for actual important work and not YouTube videos, so we're going to finish this in one take before that happens. Welcome to the 5 most important lessons a beginner copywriter can take away from reading the Gary Halbert Boron Letters. The big 5 are the big secret to making money, how to conceptualize your market, put yourself in pile A, write better headlines by making them custom and personalized, and ADA. Let's start with number 1. Gary's big secret to making money is getting involved in what excites you the most. This is a little bit trite, and I'm not going to spend too much time drilling it into your head because I know you understand the power of a good attitude, but that's what he's talking about. If you're chasing something you don't deeply feel a real interest in, you're never going to be able to put the amount of work in required to succeed at it in the long term. But once you know about that, you need to really keep in mind how important it is to see the world for what it is, not what you want it to be or what you think it is. The way this applies to selling anything is very simple. Don't sell the things that people say they want to buy, sell the things that people have proven they want to buy. Every household is the same products at the end of the day. We all have clothing, furniture, a car, bicycle, coffee. All of these things are the same. So what I want you to do when you're choosing your products is don't think to yourself, what's a new, amazing, and different product I can sell? What I want you to think to yourself is, how can I take a product that people have already proven they want to buy and apply a new angle to it so that I can sell it to them via an emotional and identity type of angle that will appeal to them in a totally new way. This gives us lesson 2, conceptualizing your market. To conceptualize your market, you need to be able to take to heart exactly who these people are, what they want the most, what they fear the most, what is the pleasure you can bring them, and what is the pain you can bring them away from. Once you understand this on a deep core level, writing the copy is going to become very, very easy. That's why I always recommend starting with a market that you yourself are actually part of. Tim Ferriss calls this the market of one. And that's a concept I've always really liked. If you know something appeals to you, chances are it's going to appeal to other people as well. So go through ads, sales letters, product pages of all the things that you think you might want to sell, all the versions of the product you might want to sell, and figure out what they all have in common. Figure out the common threads that tie together the members of that market and write a list of them so that you can see how they all appeal to the same demographic. Once you've done that, you can do lesson 3, putting yourself in pile A. Gary came from the world of direct mail, where we were literally mailing envelopes of sales letters to people. This was harder than shit, as you might imagine. We have it easy now with Facebook ads. But the same concept of pile A and pile B applies. You need to put yourself in pile A, the pile that people are actually going to read, not pile B, the stuff people chuck immediately. How do you put yourself in pile A? By making it seem like this piece of mail was written especially for them, and on some level it was. No matter where you're advertising, you need to make your customer think that this ad was written specifically for them. When they see it, they're going to wonder, how could they have possibly made this ad without knowing me already? That's what takes us into lesson number 4 about writing headlines that are not only customized, but they're personal. If you're appealing to people on a fundamental level where they see the ad and they think, this must be for people exactly like me. In fact, I didn't even realize there were other people exactly like me in this way, let alone products that people exactly like me might want. Sometimes niches are small and customers don't even know the other people in that niche. But the niche is almost always big enough that it exists and has enough customers, whether they know each other or not, that you can make a lot of money by selling them a product. Keep this in mind. You're not just trying to sell real estate in Los Angeles, you're trying to sell real estate in Los Angeles to architects, because that's going to make their business more profitable. Once you can hook people on that level, they're going to click through your ad and actually hit the sales letter. That brings us to lesson number 5. Ada. Remember the movie with the super popular Alec Baldwin sequence where he goes, "Attention, do I have your attention now? Interest, are you interested? I know you are." And then he went on to berate his real estate salesman about the fact that they don't have any balls, and there's a really good first prize for whoever sells the most, and third prize is you lose your job. That's kind of the unfortunate reality of sales, but he was using a framework that actually does work a lot of the time. Actually, it works every time. It's just a matter of how good you are at implementing it. The first part is attention. We got to get their attention. You already did with the headline on your ad. Now you need a headline on your sales page. It's going to do that. It's the same thing. We need to pull them out of the treadmill of thought that they're already on and give them a personalized message that invokes curiosity so that they wonder what the rest of the page contains. You're not selling people with your headline. You're just trying to get them to the next step, which is reading your sales copy. Once they're reading your sales copy, you hit interest. Are you interested? Yes, because you're going to give them facts, figures, all kinds of things that are both going to make them wonder what there is to this, as well as make it seem like you were an expert, because you are, since you know all these things that they didn't know. And if they're talking to somebody who is so much more of an expert than them, do they have something I might want? This is the desire part. How do you get them to desire what it is you're selling? Well, you explain to them how this product is going to benefit them. You always hear features over benefits. Well, what does that mean? A feature is that this phone has a really good camera. A benefit is this phone has a camera that's going to capture your child in 1080p video so that you can create a lookbook that will remain forever, documenting their childhood, giving you memories that will last a literal lifetime in the digital form. That's a benefit. That's something that's going to appeal to people on an emotional level because it makes their life better. What's the benefit of a Ferrari? Because it has a 600 horsepower V8? Let's be real. The benefit of a Ferrari is that women are going to like you more. This is how you need to start looking at your product if you actually want people to buy it. Action. The action's obvious. You're trying to get them to buy your product. So, online, that generally means you need to get them to hit a big red button. Buy it now. Spend 25% of your sales letter at the end, in case that wasn't obvious, getting people to the point where they want to hit that button. I recommend using the 3 popular types of closes in order to do this. First, appeal to logic. Logically, people want to justify the things they buy because it's going to help them. It's going to improve their life. They have the money to do it. If that fails, appeal to them on emotion. Ferrari. I'm going to get more chicks. I should probably spend $250,000 on a car. That'll be worth it. That's what they tell themselves. That's why they buy the Ferrari. The emotional close. Finally, you're going to include fear. Whoa, if I don't do this, I might never have the chance to do it again. This would be the urgency element of fear. There's a bunch of different types of fear you can utilize in your sales letters, and some of them are more borderline ethical than others. But for people that weren't emotionally invested or logically swayed, sometimes you can get them to buy it just because they're afraid they'll never have the chance again. These 5 things sum up everything a beginner copywriter really needs to take away from the Boron Letters. Now, do I think you should just watch this video and never read them yourself? No. I think you should go read them yourself and then go through them a second time and take notes. Write an outline on the most important parts and takeaways from them. And then go through, find your favorite passages, and write them out by hand. This is common copywriting advice, almost to the point of being cliche, but like most cliches, it became one because it's true. Because even though Gary enumerates many smart ideas, many helpful tactics, the biggest thing that makes him good is his flow, his emotional connection, and the fact he can bring you from one sentence to the other without losing you. That's something that you're not going to be able to fake and you're not going to be able to implement through a framework. You just have to practice it. Writing out his letters by hand are the way to do that, ingraining the neurological patterns you need so that when it comes time to write your own sales letters, it just happens naturally. So go through, read the Boron Letters yourselves, and if you really think that you've taken it all to heart, find a product, go through these steps, and write yourself your own series of ads and sales letters and see how it goes. All right, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Amazingly, we got it done before my girlfriend came back and needed her desk. I'll see you guys later.